Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youth and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. This 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor. Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery, why they whitewash our history, keep dividing is their plan? All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together.
Hey, we're live. I am here with the great and hopefully future president, Joe Walsh. I'm starting the draft Joe Walsh for President committee right now. Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Vegetarian, whatever he wants to run as, I'm in.
Vegan.
Vegan's good. You're not a vegan, though, I don't think. But,
I don't even know what a vegan is.
I don't even know what a vegan is. I don't know if I know what it. No. So vegetarian, we know what that is. Vegan, you can't have products created by animals, which means no milk.
I'm not a vegan.
Yeah. Milk's good, man. It
good to see you, partner. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. It's been crazy times.
What are you drinking?
I keep forgetting to bring it in. I'm such a loser. So at least I've got my Cuervo sitting here I can chug, but I can't. That's 2 weeks in a row. I can't.
Oh, you're drinking bad shit.
Oh,
I'm drinking
Cabo.
I got a Cabo.
That's good stuff, man. Oh, you're upsetting me. You're upsetting me. Well,
what's on your mind today, partner, for Tequila Talk? Hey, by the way, everybody tuning in, shorter show today. Cliff and Joe are going to go at it for about 30 minutes.
That's right.
What's on your mind, boss?
And go at it. He doesn't mean some sort of weird sexual thing.
No, nothing.
He's very faithful to his wife. Even though I am Jewish too.
I'm at the age, Cliff, I'm no longer interested in sex. It happens. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I like how you just came out there with some good tequila is fine, right? And like a good TV show. I mean, getting to sleep early is the new sex. I'm exhausted because I was up late last night, and I'm like, I'm hungover.
You also still, relatively speaking, compared to me, all my kids are in their 30s. You still have younger kids.
I do. They're 16 and 19. So there's some teens. Yeah, I know. Well, that was it. See, so the younger one had a soccer game last night from 7 till 9.
Wow.
And the kid, studies Italian, and we've been over there, and you eat dinner later. So he's like, well, his favorite Italian restaurant. I was like, why don't we go out and get Italian? We're like, it's like 9:30, dude. He's like, yeah. So I went out, and there was the Peroni on draft sitting right there.
Yeah.
And here I am now, tired. I'll be all right. I'll hang in there.
What is on your mind for this shortened, heightened show?
Well, I want to talk about Tucker Carlson's I want to talk about Tucker Carlson's what is it? What should we call it? His manifesto. It's like a Unabomber thing.
What
right?
did he call it? Did he call it a manifesto? What did he call it?
Let's see what he called it. It's here at Axios. He unveils, Axios did a 10-point manifesto from a cabin in Montana amid third-party speculation. Wow.
Now, before you get into what Tucker's manifesto platform is, let's you and I just give a quick answer to this. The odds of Tucker running for president, where do you put it at? Right now, it can change.
Okay. The odds of him seriously running for president?
Yes.
I put it at maybe 5 or 10%. The odds
I would put it right now at about 25 to 30. Go ahead.
I was going to say the odds of him running for president in the way that Trump ran in 2016, which was not expecting to win and just using it as a big PR gambit and not really doing campaigning and stuff, I'd put more where you are, 25, 30, maybe even higher. I think he'll say he's running. It's easy to say you're running as an independent. You don't have to fill out stuff. You don't have to go do it. It'll only be after a little while will people start noticing and are like, hey, you're not trying to get on any of the ballots, and they'll start questioning it, but people won't even really understand that because nobody understands how you get on ballots.
But let's be clear about what we're saying. And I would put that at about 50-50, but neither one of us believes at this point he would ever run for president as a Republican.
No,
I think that door closed.
Yes, I think he's closed it.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that's happening. I think that that he will do it because, again, like we've shown there are no barriers. I mean, it's the easiest grift in the world. Look at what was his name? Andrew Yang ran for president, right? Had no qualifications to be president and got famous from it. Was able to start a big PAC group. God knows how much money he raises. Like, it's really easy to just run for president and build a name for yourself because the media will cover you. So if you're Tucker and you really care about being covered by the media constantly, it's a good thing to do.
See, that's where I suck, Cliff. I ran for president in 2020, not to do any of that because I was so pissed at Trump.
Right.
And I never leveraged it into anything. Okay.
That's what you should have done, man. You should have you should have gotten all the book deals and all the How I Took on Trump by Joe Walsh. No.
So what is this
freaky
manifesto?
Let's start with, it is tequila talk. We've been doing this for almost 10. I'll drink from my little bottle.
And by the way, this is
tequila.
This is the last fucking week I'll let you drink Cuervo.
Okay, that seems fair. This was a dumb move. I forgot it today because I was tired.
It's okay.
It's still good. It's tequila. Tequila, folks, it's cheaper than therapy.
Yes.
Let's get to him. I want to give a shout out to my friend Wajahat Ali, who I know is out there. Keep fighting the good fight, brother. I heard you had some things to say about me on your show. I'm sure they were all wonderful and kind, and I love you too.
Oh, I guarantee he's listening right now. He's a big Tequila Talk listener.
He is. From the bottom of my heart, Waj, I love you. Okay. Now that we've...
By the way, lay the context for what you're about to do. Tucker, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and a few others showed a picture of themselves at Tucker's cabin plotting a new third party.
Yes. So
Tucker now has put out kind of a platform of sorts.
Yes. So they're plotting. They're plotting their new party. I don't know if it has Jewish lasers or not. It might, 50-50. It probably will be funded by the Swanson frozen food company, which Tucker is an heir to that. That's why he's had such a difficult life, and he's had to fight hard for every job he's gotten.
Trust fund, baby. Trust fund, baby. Trust fund, baby.
You really have to be a trust fund baby when your parents look at a group of you and your kids and are like, let's name them Tucker and Buckley and what was the line from Pretty in Pink? That's not a name, that's an appliance. That's pretty much what we're that was.
By the way, the last off-topic thing I'll say, growing up, fucking loved me those TV dinners. Just saying.
Oh, hey, I'm not criticizing the actual TV dinners. That was some really good stuff. It's just more the fact that the poor guy Tucker has got such a rough life being that, he comes from that family.
Every time your mom and dad and my mom and dad bought us a TV dinner, 30, 40, 50 cents, that was going into Tucker's trust fund.
Exactly right. He also, his dad, this, was a big Republican Party donor, was an ambassador, ran PBS at some point, I believe, which I thought would be evil for a Republican, but I don't know. And he is a descendant of some sort of Senator Fulbright, who's actually a Democrat. So I don't know if they want to. So he's had a very tough life, and that's.
And by the way, final contextual thing I'll say: I know Tucker. I've known him a long time.
He's a friend of yours, and
he and I actually used to be fairly close. That day is long gone. And everybody asks me, like I'm sure people ask you, who the fuck is this Tucker? Is this what Tucker always was? I kind of think this is what Tucker always was. Go ahead.
So here's what I think. I think Tucker, like so many people we've seen around our politics, is nothing. He is a pathetic, empty vessel that craves and needs attention the way we may crave sunlight or on a dreary day or food when we're hungry. He needs people saying his name, because think about it, with all the money sitting there for him, he never had to do a damn thing, but he's been so obsessed. He got fired by every channel, all three. He got fired by Fox, MSNBC, and CNN. That's quite a triumvirate. And PBS. That's right, 4. And he still, but then he had to create his own show, his own podcast, like obsessively, because he has to be in the public eye for some reason, even though it isn't about money. I get that for some people, staying in the public eye is about money. He does not need money.
No, and you can't, Cliff, and then we'll get into his platform, but you cannot he was as diehard free market, libertarian, laissez-faire guy as I was 8 to 10 years ago. You can't change on a dime like that if you really have a core.
No, so that's what I was going to say, and I'll just say very quickly the evolutions of Tucker, and then we'll get into it. Which is, he came up as a sort of libertarian Republican, wearing a bow tie and looking like a dork. He was mostly a writer for the Weekly Standard, which is actually one of the most, I would say, was the most thoughtful conservative magazine, would be my take on it. Even if I disagreed with a lot of it, that there were people that had studied and wrote smart stuff. Yeah. I mean, I feel like Max Boot was over there, and some people I've come to really respect were over there. And he, and so that was his beginning, but man, he wanted to be on TV so badly. And so he got an opportunity at MSNBC, then a very different place that had Alan Keyes had a show. And I mean, it was, they've never really known what they're doing over there, but then they were like half conservative, half liberal, like way to build a brand, guys. And so he then became this, when George W. Bush was elected, went from libertarianish, wonky, Tucker to TV entertainer, crossfire host. And then he became Iraq like lunatic, pro-Iraq war. And I'm not just talking like pro-Iraq war. He was like, why aren't we nuking it? Like, he went from like libertarian to we should be fighting the whole Middle East. He went to hardcore neocon, Tucker. Yeah. Like, get in there, blow everything up. Like we should be invading everywhere. America's the best. Awesome. This, that. That was Tucker that was sort of Tucker version 2. And then when he got fired from everywhere because he's kind of an asshole, he's not likable at all, he's not really interesting, he had to go to Tucker 3. And that version was the Tucker who knew that his personality wasn't going to win anybody over, so he had to demagogue. And when you demagogue, that's when you go after all your scapegoats, your immigrants, your Jews, your gays.
And that's when he became the biggest thing on Fox News.
Correct. That's when he started moving towards the Nazism. And, and then he got even too Nazistic for Fox. Impressive work. So they sent, like Glenn Beck, so they sent him packing. And in the end, he ended up with his own show and everything. So there you go. There is Tucker Carlson in a nutshell. And now we're going to read and go through and see if we can have fun with his 10-part manifesto, which is completely different than the Unabomber's manifesto, only in that the Unabomber's was longer. All right, here we are. The former Fox News host stopped short of a formal launch, instead let's try to speak English here, Cliff. Instead presenting the manifesto as the foundation of whatever comes next. Dun, dun, dun. A new political order, he said, could find all kinds of expressions. What the fuck does that mean, Joe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Carlson said any successor to America's faltering political system should begin with a shared understanding of what the country should be. Here we are, distilled into 10 points. These are just, I mean, nobody has thought of these things before, as you know. And you know what? Why am I not putting this up here for everybody to see? You think I can do it?
Maybe you can. I have not seen it yet.
Oh, I think I've got it. Did it work? It worked.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, number 1.
Fair. Wow. Okay, that was big. He wants it to be fair. The same rules should apply to presidents, federal agents, and elites such as Jeffrey Epstein, whose impunity Carlson casts as emblematic of an Epstein class enriching itself through a corrupt system.
Okay, so what?
I'm not going to argue with him on any of those things.
No.
But he has spent his entire life hanging out with that Epstein class.
Yeah.
Those are the parties his dad went to as an ambassador, and he went to as a rich guy. Never had anything to say about it back. Okay, but now we're going to be fair. It's different. Okay. 2, sovereign. Carlson claimed we get to Israel this quickly.
Here comes his anti-Israel
Oh
stuff.
my God,
right
that's
away.
almost as quickly as Wajahat Ali would get there.
Israel's to blame. Israel's to blame for everything.
Everything. So Carlson claimed Israel pushed the U.S. into the war, the Iran war, through, quote, bribery or threat or both, unquote, while describing foreign lobbying, corporate control of government, and high interest debt as forms of slavery. High interest debt. Again, as a libertarian guy for a long time or whatever, he had no problem with people loaning out money, payday loans and all that sort of stuff. That's kind of a new thing. The corporate control, very corporate Republican. That's
And it's, again, Cliff, what you said at the top, Tucker Carlson was one of the biggest advocates of the Iraq War.
Yes. Yes. He actually helped pave the way because he had a big media microphone. And were you laughing at something?
I'm laughing at he went from libertarian, stay out of the world to Joe neocon, Lindsey Graham kind of a guy to now back here.
Yeah.
And again, the hatred of Israel.
Yes. That's what unites like these two sort of isolationist, angry demagoguing groups on each side is you can't work Israel in there somehow. Again,
and partner, this is where major elements of the far right and the far left meet in their hatred of Israel.
Correct. Because you can criticize the hell out of Israel if you want. I'll be clear, you can criticize the hell out of Bibi Netanyahu. I do. But the thing is that when it's the obsession you have, when it leads everything you say, when everything you can think of, it's like, ow, I stubbed my toe, fucking Israel. You may be having a problem in demagoguing, but okay, all right, we're at that point. So
now, and I will say, and again, I'm not MAGA or America First, but this is America First. Like Marjorie and Tucker and a lot of these people are pissed at Trump because this is the kind of shit Trump ran on, and now he's taking us to war everywhere.
Correct. We did a thing. I don't know if you ever met with him before. Amazing guy. I'll say quickly, I was lucky enough to have on, was it 2 days ago? I got to speak with Ivo Daalder, who is a former ambassador to NATO under Barack Obama. Just such a cool, he's from Chicago. That's right. Maybe you met him. He's a Chicago guy. He's a big Cubs fan. We were talking baseball for a bit, but he was talking all about, again, it's in the right now in the DSA platform is pulling out of NATO, the same as what we're going to get to. I'm sure Tucker has that in here. This is where the poles meet that are extreme, which is they want to walk away from the world. And again, you can be libertarian and say, I'd rather there be a less strong government in a modern society. When things like pandemics and wars and nuclear bombs and stuff cross borders, you can't just pull out of the rest of the world completely. You can be less involved.
Number three.
Sorry, go ahead. Number 3. You want to read it?
Productive. America should rebuild farming, manufacturing, craftsmanship while rejecting an economy dominated by finance, real estate speculation, surveillance systems, and weapons. This is just silly.
This is like when you're a kid and you're like, my daddy will beat up your daddy. Like he's basically just saying everything that sounds good and tough, that's easy with no no like
it's like high school shit.
right. Like, yeah, of course I don't want the surveillance weapons, all
Oh
those
my
things.
God, Cliff, look at number 4. America should be beautiful. Who opposes that?
Oh my God. How can we make America beautiful again? Or for the first time? Let's see. Carlson alleged that urban planners deliberately uglified American cities. Does he? This him? This is funny because is this him targeting Trump? Because of course it was those real estate guys who did that, right? Uglified American cities and portrayed brutalist architecture, graffiti, public drug use, and violent crime as deliberate attacks on the public. I'm against
this
violent
is the
crime.
guy, Cliff.
Yeah,
This is the guy, Cliff, who has been to Moscow. Putin's paid him to go to Moscow, and he says Moscow is the most beautiful city in the world, prettier than any American city.
I have not been to Moscow. I wanted to go, and sadly, then before I knew it, when I had the chance, Boris Yeltsin had drunk himself into a stupor, and Putin took over. And I'm like, doesn't seem safe. The U.S. actually, fun story. The U.S. State Department. I used to do stuff through them. The USIA, democracy promotion, because my background is in international affairs, and they would send me to places. So I sent me to Romania, which actually was incredibly cool, Bucharest and some of it and whatever. They wanted to send me to Russia. And I was like, and this was right in that period in between. I was already a little skeptical, right? But then I was like, where? Moscow, St. Petersburg. They're like, Catherineburg and Vladivostok. And I was like, no. I was like, how about you send Vladivostok, by the way, is the city closest to Pyongyang in the world. And that's over here. If you're looking, if Russia is here, that's over here. Catherineburg is in the middle, 10 time zones away. Neither of them are anywhere close to Moscow. And what I'm like, you're sending me to the middle of, no, not doing that. In any case, okay.
Fuck, Tucker. He goes to Russia. He says Russia's prettier than America. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking
healthy.
Commie. I'm just kidding. But
he's embracing RFK Jr. stuff. Enough said.
Wait, he embraced RFK Jr.'s food agenda. That called for universal sobriety.
Universal sobriety.
Are we passing an amendment again? Are we?
Hey, by the way,
we can't drink tequila, Joe. Our show
Cliff,
is canceled.
Tucker's new party will never be a sponsor of this show.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, they're not coming near this show.
This is just silly.
I mean, this is so dumb. It's actually a bit painful, I would argue.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Right. So, I mean, does he really mean that? Like as in alcohol sobriety? Is that what he's saying?
It's absolutely what he means.
So we're going to ban alcohol again. Are we going to another amendment or we just undo the other one? What do we do?
Mother government, nanny government. Here we go.
Oh my God. Okay. And the widespread use of drugs. Oh, here we go. Such as Xanax. This is so RFK Jr., right? It's all of this stuff that causes all our problems. It's not a society where children are ignored, often are not taken care of by their parents, are online too much, and I can argue with you. Actually, I think you agree with me on a bunch of these things, Joe, even though you don't want to admit it, have easy access to any gun they want. I know you don't think children should have access to guns. So I think you don't think that.
What age? I'm kidding.
I mean, I remember once you said that. No, but you remember you said that for what's his name?
I got Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen. That's when I didn't know. That guy's such a dick.
PTSD, Cliff.
Sorry. I would argue at the very least 18 and anything that is 21 would be. But okay, I think it should all be the same.
Fuck
Drinking,
him.
Driving.
He's embracing
guns,
RFK Jr.
Pick an age when people are adults and everything should be the same, is my view.
Listen, look at number 6, Cliff. Government officials should be punished for lying.
Oh my God. I know of a guy that lied over 30,000 times just during his first term, and I have no idea how many times he's lied this time. Should we arrest him right now?
Think about that. Government officials should be arrested for lying. How are you going to do that? Who's going to do that? Who's going to... Oh, this is scary shit.
Tucker Carlson, here's something that's funny, we'll tell you, which is, I don't know if you remember, but he wrote a book at one point, and, he was doing what Tucker does. He was trying to make a splash and trying to get people to buy his book. And I have to look this up to see the exact thing, but he admitted in his book that, that he often would lie about things on TV to
Yes.
get more attention. He admitted that he was a liar. So
He's admitted that publicly.
So he wants to run for president on this where lying is illegal, but he'll lie. The guy
that was part of his testimony in the suit against Fox News. Under oath, he literally said people shouldn't take what he says at face value.
I mean, this is insane. Now, look, of course, he had everything in here. Remember, plays into conspiracies. Every conspiracy you can think of. It's big. It's big pharma and big food that that are controlling your brain. It's it's the Jews. It's whatever. And here's another one, which is, of course, the classified records have to be opened up in addition to no lying, including the JFK assassination and 9/11, which clearly he's implying now are inside jobs. This guy whoring in every way for George W. Bush on air, literally was like his spokesperson.
Look at this.
On when he used to do Crossfire, but now it was an inside job. Apparently, George W. Bush was behind 9/11.
Oh my God!
Cliff, that's what he's implying here.
Totally. Look at number 7. He's basically optimistic. People have to have kids, and anybody who doesn't have kids sucks, and they're to blame for everything.
Oh my God! It's a biological imperative. And the foundation of long-term thinking while blaming aging and childless elites for policies that disregard future generations. So I guess childless elites are horrible. I'm sure he knows nobody like that. Maybe, but importantly, this is the white replacement theory stuff. I'd like to know, he can't say it in here, but I'd love to know if he's as excited for the Black and Latino and other communities to have as many children as possible. Wink, wink. Or this is more, we know who he's talking about.
Well, and let's be real, Cliff. White Christian nationalism is animating my former party. Tucker, Marjorie Taylor, the rest of them, they're white Christian nationalists.
Correct. So they want white people to have kids. They just can't say white people in here because they know the party needs to win some actual other people if they were to run. All right. Oh, here we go. The U.S. should apologize and pay restitution for killing non-combatants. Should we go back to Dresden? Should we Hiroshima? Like where? Where are we? I just want to know if we're going to do that. And again, any non-combatants that have ever been killed in war.
And of course,
it's a horrible thing, and you never want to do that.
However, of course, Cliff, in number 9, decent, he takes another shot at Israel, baby, right there. Yep.
All right, reverse Trump's, of course, Department of War, rebrand, and stop funding allies that commit what Carlson called genocide, citing Israel. You guys, all right, guys like Waj and Mehdi, you should be proud to know that you're there with Tucker Carlson. He's right there with you. You guys are saying the same stuff all the time.
And by the way, Cliff, it's kind of funny to watch, but Waj and Mehdi, a few of these guys now are very outspoken with people on the left who are attracted to some of what Tucker's saying. And Mehdi's trying to remind people of how bad Tucker is on other issues, because there are people on the far left attracted to his anti-Semitism.
Well, gee, so you guys are radicalizing people by lying and by saying Jew, Zionist all day and night. Well, I could show you Waj's what he wrote from 5 years ago on Facebook when he castigated other Muslim groups for the fact that they would take Israel out of context and not talk about UAE that was supporting the Sudanese genocide, where, by the way, El Sayed owns property. And they wouldn't talk about they wouldn't talk about Saudi Arabia, and they wouldn't talk about Turkey and these committing genocide against the Kurds. And now, of course, they won't. He wrote this. Waj, I could show you. We'll put that up in a little bit if we want. But now they won't talk about those places. Literally, he's the exact embodiment of what he wants to call fraud, and that's what Tucker Carlson is, a fraud, and that's why Waj agrees with him.
And he caps off his manifesto, Cliff, the platform, with United, basically end all immigration, keep brown and black people out.
Carlson called for halting immigration until the effects of AI become clearer.
Not illegal. He said halt immigration, period.
Right. So you're right. It's all immigration. But what does that, why until the effects of AI become clearer?
Until we know what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, you're right. Marjorie Taylor and Massie are a part of this.
I knew it. I told you. Ending benefits for undocumented immigrants and making English the sole language of federal documents and ballots.
So
Wait, we got to get the big picture in here. You ready for it?
Yeah,
We're almost at 5:30, so we got to keep to our, if we a couple minutes late because we started a few minutes late, we're good. But we got to. Carlson has become the intellectual hub. Oh my God, that is embarrassing. For a small but vocal faction of MAGA exiles who say Trump abandoned the America First agenda by launching the Iran war, mishandling the Epstein files, and allowing Israel to exert too much, we got it in there a third time, influence over U.S. policy. The loose group includes former Representative Marjorie Greene, Representative Tom Massie, and Joe Kent. Remember Joe Kent? He left the Trump administration because they weren't racist enough, who resigned as Trump's counterterrorism chief in March to protest the war. The White House dismissed them as, quote, an embarrassing collection of mostly whiny turncoats, well put. And again, I'm not agreeing with Trump here. It's just funny. Who dramatically overestimate their influence and relevance while declaring Trump the, quote, unequivocal leader of the Republican Party. All I can say is, what do you do when Godzilla and King Kong want to fight each other? You kind of hope they both take each other out.
Yeah, so like people listening to us, Cliff, here's my serious takeaway. And you and I have talked about this before. It was a weird, motley group of people and divergent groups that became MAGA. And Trump obviously doesn't believe in anything, but the hardcore America First folk who want to build a wall around America, keep everybody out, fuck Israel, fuck the rest of the world. That's what this represents, this aspect of MAGAism. And you're going to see all the little different fiefdoms kind of scramble for the crumbs when Trump leaves the scene. That's what's happening here.
No, and again, what I'm hoping is this will also, I'm surprised it didn't explicitly call to stop funding Ukraine and pull out of NATO in there, which the DSA platform explicitly calls for, which I'm going to be talking more about because everybody's like, oh, you just point out their anti-Semitism and you just point out their misogyny. Okay. I will point out from now on that in their actual platform is pulling out of NATO and to stop the funding and let Ukraine die. Well, guess what? Like, that's what these guys, I don't know why it wasn't in there, but of course, America first, bring our money home, bring our troops home. It's not just Israel. Israel's just the most popular one to attack. They want to stop funding Ukraine. They want to stop being a part of NATO and funding that. The entity that used to be a bipartisan agreement that for 70 years, and I'm not saying NATO is perfect, NATO made mistakes and fucked things up, but overall for 70 years created this block of peaceful, prosperous countries, and not just Western ones, Japan and South Korea and other countries like that. They were able and brought even others, helped bring others into the fold. I'd argue like Argentina and Chile and others into the fold of saying, we're going to trade, we're going to work together, we're going to try to be more understanding of each other, of our cultural differences, respect each other, all of that. And what he wants to do is just like these fringe characters on the far left, is he wants to, they're gonna join at some point. The horseshoe will come around and they will join because they have all the same conspiracies. They hate all the same people.
Well, that's right, Cliff. That's right. That's right. And the last thing I'll say is, if Tucker and Marjorie Taylor Greene ran as a ticket for the new America First Party, and they ran on this platform, build a wall around America, keep brown and black people out, only spend money here, and Israel sucks. If they ran on that platform, they could get 2 to 3 to 4% of the vote nationally.
Oh, absolutely. I'd argue there'd be a hell of a chance they might get 10 to 15% of the vote. Seriously. I mean, well, yeah, I could be wrong, but if they got on all the ballots, which is, usually is difficult. Lift. But they've got billionaires behind them, billionaire lunatics behind them. It's going to be a little tougher to bring Peter Thiel on board when they want to stop the surveillance state. But if they can bring those folks on board, and then Tucker's got the Swanson food fortune. So, I mean, if they can get on those ballots, which is expensive, I mean, do you not think in certain places where there's vestigial like Mississippi burning type racism, like Mississippi or Alabama, or do you not think in places where there's vestigial like these, like what do you call it? The various groups of militias, like Idaho and whatever, that they couldn't get 15 to 20% of the vote? I'd bet on that.
And most of that vote, Cliff, if they ran an America First Party, that most of that's coming out of the Republican vote.
That's correct. They'll win a couple percent of the fringiest left, but the vast majority, I'd say 75 to 85% of that vote easily. I'd say more like 85% comes from the far right. Like
And what is
that's
what is
Nigel
it?
Farage, that's Brexit. Like I
Yeah,
could give you other examples in the world of what that garbage is that we just read you, but that is neo-Nazism is what
it's
that is.
that's a good way to put it. And I think something like this will happen, and I think we need to take it seriously.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
Now, in some ways, if they run and they end up and they have any real kind of impact that undermines the Republican Party of Donald Trump, that's a good thing, and I'm happy to see them do that. On the other hand, people always forget the danger that of
yeah.
stochastic terrorism, of speech, of when you repeat hateful things, people act on them. And if they have big microphones to demonize various groups of people and to demonize countries and all that kind of stuff, again, like they can make up their lies about Ukraine, and there's things they can do that can be harmful even if they don't win a large percent of the vote.
And this ugly nativist, nationalist, bigoted piece of Americana, it's always been there.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the books. I've wanted to cite them for a while. I was a great historian when I was doing my PhD stuff, was like the one I went to, Richard Hofstadter wrote
Yeah.
right here, The Paranoid Style in American Politics. And it was a Harper's essay at first. He turned it into a book. You honestly could not read a better description of what happened on the far right. And right now, sadly, on the far fringe left is having to agree. He wrote anti-intellectualism in the American tradition. Like he nailed it all when he, sadly died of cancer in 1970 as a 50-something-year-old and had a lot more to offer. But like he nailed that stuff, and it's always been here with us. It's in other countries. I mean, you've got Le Pen and Farage, and it's not to say, and obviously you did have Mussolini in Italy, and you did have
And
Hitler.
it to a big degree, it's what helped get Trump elected twice.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. He played to this. This is why, I guess. I mean, in Marjorie Taylor Greene's case, I think, and Massie's, I think they believe this stuff, and they felt betrayed
They
by
are
Trump.
they are true believers, Cliff. Like
Yeah.
they can't stand Trump. But when I stood up against Trump, I stood up against MAGA.
Correct.
Marjorie Taylor Greene and Massie are true MAGA believers. I don't think Tucker is.
No, I was going to say Tucker would run as DSA or liberal tomorrow if he felt he could win the presidency.
Hey, this was good shit. I'm glad we did this.
I am too. See, like there, I think some nights we have a little more fun,
Something
like we
different.
used to. It's just been so serious and crazy lately that it's hard to. And I originally, as I said last week, and we just broke out laughing, thinking I think at the same time about how crazy it's become. Like the whole point of this show was you're almost at the end of the week. We want to get you through it. Have a little tequila. Tequila is better than therapy, as we say, and and just have a conversation, right, and have fun. But
Cliff, this was fun. Thank you.
you are a good man. Joe Walsh for president, everybody. That's the only independent I'm ever supporting.
Hey, by the way, and the last thing I'll say, the last 2 weeks in a row, I've had to run out of here because I've had the shits.
Yes.
System is working fine right now.
Yeah, Joe has a poop-free system.
Oh my God. Cliff, they're so smooth. Everything's just gorgeous.
God.
Just gorgeous.
If you can't end a show on that note, is there really anything you can end a show on? I can't bring us home after that, Joe. You just brought us home.
Subscribe, subscribe to Cliff and Blue Amp. Subscribe to me. We'll keep this up. Thank you, partner.
That's right. We'll keep on doing it. Thanks, Joe. Take care. Everybody
subscribe
to Joe Walsh. The Social Contract, it's on Substack. Subscribe to Blue Amp Media.
Blue Amp!
On Substack. We'll keep doing this thing. And as the sun sets slowly in the west, my friends, I bid you a fond farewell.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.